Hey guys, it's Terrie. So nice to see you. How's your heart? How is your heart today? What are you feeling? What thoughts are going on your mind? In on your mind, going on in your mind. Clearly, I'm a bit spaced out. But what's going on? What kind of feelings are you having? Your feelings cause your energy in motion, your emotions. So when you have a thought, you're having a feeling, and then your feeling becomes an emotion. And your emotion is an indicator of your vibrational frequencies, right? That's how energy works. And once energy is created, it has to do one of two things. Actually, one of three things. One, it can accumulate. Two, it can be redirected. Or three, it needs to be dispersed. So one of the things that I literally just had, I guess we can call it an epiphany or an insight about, was about having the feeling. Now, I'm experiencing personally a little bit of sadness from letting go of things that no longer serve me. So there's literally a part of me that's dying, or I should say several parts of me that are dying because they're no longer useful to me, and I'm discovering this, right? And in that process, I'm having emotions, I'm having feels. And part of being a human being is actually experiencing those emotions, those feels. I personally have a tendency to be really hard on myself. Very unrealistic expectations. I'll beat myself up. And that means I have to become very aware and mindful of what I'm experiencing at any given moment in terms of a thought or a feeling. So this way I know what I'm indicating, what is the broadcast signal that I am signaling to the outside world, to other people, for situations, yes, circumstances. But what clicked today was that it's okay to actually have an emotion. There is something that is in us, all of us, that when we're experiencing feels or we're having some sort of emotional expression of a feeling, that it's actually not okay, that something is wrong, right? And then our little ego goes into this whole story, which oftentimes the story is not even true. Yeah. And it'll tell us things like, we don't deserve this, or they rejected me because I'm not good enough, or whatever it is. Yes. But what clicked to me today, can you hear the cockatoo screaming in the background? What clicked for me today was that it's actually okay to have this emotion. And I've been making myself wrong for having a feeling or having an emotion. And when that happens, I beat myself up and I go into this terrible loop of putting myself down. So I get into these density frequencies of unworthiness or unlovability, based on my story of abandonment or neglect, etc., etc., etc. So it was a really nice insight to have, because as soon as I realized it's totally okay for me to feel this way, it lifted, and I was like, whoa, nothing's wrong with me. There's no reason to carry any shame for having this feeling, right? So if you're anything like me, this is a really big insight, a really big epiphany. Now, here's what's really interesting is when I'm working with people and I'm coaching people in learning how to regulate their emotions, I'm always the compassionate support for them, right? So I'm always giving them permission, or giving you, if we're currently working together, or if you ever want to work with me in the future, permission to have those feelings. So someone is giving you permission to have those feelings where maybe in the past it wasn't okay, right? And growing up, for me personally, I was extremely sensitive, and I still am very sensitive. And I was always told by my well-intended family, well-intended, so I get that, I'm too sensitive. Don't worry. Everything's fine. You know, so I was taught that whatever I was feeling wasn't important, right? It didn't matter. It didn't count. I'm probably making this stuff up. It's not real. When it was legitimately real, that I felt sad or worried or concerned, but was basically being taught, don't worry, don't worry, as a way for my family to take care of me, because they genuinely cared about me and didn't want me to worry or feel sad, you know, or feel angry. It was a lot of that was with anger. So the fact that I had this insight personally about it's okay to have the feelings, it was me giving myself permission, right? Just like I'm there to help other people, right? So it's what I want to share with you is that it's really, really important for you to know that if you are having a feeling, it is okay. And to give yourself permission to feel it. Now, ideally, we want to be able to feel these without any judgment. But the fact that it's okay for me to feel an emotion, whatever it is, I mean, I am doing some heavy karmic clean out right now in my life. And it's okay. It's okay that I'm sad. It's okay that I'm angry. It's okay that I'm frustrated, right? So if it's okay for me, it's got to be okay for you. I'm no different than you. I'm a human being too. I've got an earth suit, flesh and blood. Some people call them meat sacks. I personally don't like that. But if you like it, it's all yours, right? So it is okay. Now, how long I stay in those moments is where it does start to affect my energy, right? So that's where we want to learn how to regulate, how to manage, and how to balance these feelings. Because when they become an actual emotion, it is a reflection of where we're vibrating in frequencies and the signal that we're emitting. And if we do have goals that we want to reach, like maybe feeling more freedom, making more money, getting into a relationship, or healing just past experiences of ourselves, we need to, or we should want to be able to shift that energy in ourselves. And if you're not ready, don't even worry about it. Like, psh, you know, if that's not on your agenda, it's not on your agenda. So it's how long are we responding or reacting, right? Well, I'll tell you this much. I've always felt like when I'm having an emotion, something is wrong. And again, I was taught that, so I have to unlearn that. And today was a really great segue for me to now start being more mindful and aware of that, yes? So now I can make change. You have to be aware of something in order to change something. So how long I stay in that space is up to me, right? I have a tendency that once I can identify what I'm feeling, then I can tend to it. And then I can do and use various implementation tools that I use to get myself out of that energetic frequency. So, you know, it's not to say that just because you're having an emotion or I'm having an emotion, we have to stay in that space. As a matter of fact, it's not good. to stay in that space because it is affecting our outside world. It affects our personality, which is our personal reality. So it does affect the outcome or the results of our life experiences. So, it's just something we want to just be aware of from an energetic frequency. It's like we're magnets. What are we putting out there that we're magnetizing to us? Yes. And of course, there are tools that can help shift and change that because I'm all about energy. I'm all about frequency. And that's where manifestation and creation of your current reality happens. It's also where time travel happens, right? And creating that perfect timeline for yourself where you've reached whatever goals that you want and now you're on to something bigger and better, right? So I just want you to know that your feelings count and they do matter. So feel them, embrace them, accept them, because as soon as you do, you don't have to stay in that place for very long. And then the energetic shift can happen. Or at least you can take some sort of action to help that shift move along. Yes? Yes. Thank you so much for all of your support, for allowing me to share this with you. It's hard to be vulnerable, but, I'm about transparency. I'm about authenticity and vulnerability. And if I can't do that with you, I can't do that with my clients, and I can't do that with me. So I appreciate you allowing me to be this way. So thank you. And if you yourself are interested in learning how to shift your energy so that you can thrive in a life of freedom, joy, and security by getting into your intuition and out of indecision, I can help you. I can teach you how to shift your energy. I can teach you how to balance and regulate those feelings so that your broadcasting signal will bring you a new reality. If that sounds good to you, check out my site, terieheuberman.com. Click on the Shift Happens section. And that's the program that I have where I can teach you how to do all of this. And all you need to do is schedule a call, right? A consultation so we can get on the phone together or a Zoom just to see if we can work together. Can I help you? Can I teach you? Now, if you want to learn more about that information, it's all on that section of my site, which is the Shift Happens section of my site, terieheuberman.com. And right now, until the end of summer, I'm actually doing a sliding scale monthly payment plan. So now is definitely the time for you to get in on this, because there's never not a right time, but really the time is right now. All right, guys, what am I always saying to you? Stay connected to your family and friends, stay connected to yourself. And of course you can stay connected to me, and I'll see ya on the flip side.